Good morning, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton. I am the Inventor Lady. I help inventors get from I have an idea to the marketplace. And I like it better when people call me sooner, all right, when they say I have an idea, as opposed to when they call me and they say, I'm out of money and I don't know what to do now, because that is a serious problem. And, I get inventors, all the time who will ask me, how much is this going to cost? And it's like, how much, what mistakes are you going to make? How far can you get? What do you have? I heard that there was a sale on money trees at Home Depot this weekend. It's like, oh, Labor Day's over and they're all out. You can waste a ton of money by not paying attention and understanding the process before you start. And I'll get people, it's like, they've thrown so much at it and then they just keep throwing more and more at it. And one of my inventors today called. He said, well, my investors are real unhappy because we keep throwing money at it and we still don't have a return. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it goes. And when you're dealing with investors and they may have had a rosier picture than reality, that's a problem because they expect you to start paying them back. And the reality is, from I have an idea to money coming back in through licensing. All right, not through startup, but through licensing, you're looking at, very easily a 3 to 4 year process. Now, I've seen it happen faster. We've been 9 months from I have an idea through the intellectual property and prototyping to the point of a licensing deal. Now, that was not money coming back in. That was to ink dry on a licensing deal. It was still another 12 months for the licensee to ramp up. And that's the thing you got to keep in mind. If we are, basically a 2 to 3 year process from I have an idea to licensing it where somebody else is going to pick it up and carry it, they need time as well. They don't turn this around overnight. They've got to tool up. They've got to set the stage. They've got to be able to get product into the stores or online, wherever they're going to have their resales. But it doesn't happen overnight. So a lot of times these investors they have no reality check. And if you promise them things that are not real, then you're going to have a problem with them. So when I tell an inventor, it's like, yeah, you need $250,000 disposable cash to do this yourself or your investors. And Lordy, when investors start getting involved, and especially in the beginning, if you gave them more of a percentage of the company than you should have, they can actually then rally against you and outvote you. It could be your idea, your name on the patent, and you've got no more control on the decision making for the business side of it. Because you gave away too much of the ownership of the company for the small dollars that you got. They're not happy. You're not happy. Everybody's angry. And guess where it goes from there? Down. So when you're working with us, we keep you reality check. All right. Timing check. If money is an issue, instead of going with investors that don't know what the reality check is, check into Archimedes Offspring. All right. There, everybody knows what to expect. All of the team players that are helping you get teed up for this, they all know what the reality is. The investors, all right, who are putting up the money, they're told reality check. This is when money starts coming back in. So very different process, all right, than what you've been used to doing. So where does the money go? On the upfront end, and it's always funny, I tell inventors, it's like, if you draw a line in the sand, you can put all of the things that are on a checklist on one side, getting an independent search done, having a patentability opinion, filing the patent, the engineer, all of that can be on one side, checklist stuff. All right, getting teed up, that's the easy stuff. And generally the least expensive stuff. When somebody tells me it's like, oh, I don't want to have to pay for a patent. Really, in the scheme of things, that's probably the least expensive part of this whole ordeal. All right. Now you get closer to, all the design work. That's more than the patent, depending on who you're using and how complicated it is. All right. But those tend to balance out. Now you're doing a short run. All right. So now you're starting to get some serious dollars in there. But that's all on one side of the line. On the other side of the line is all of the marketing. And marketing can cost you as much or more than everything else. So I'm not surprised when an inventor who thinks they should be a startup comes to me and says, I've spent $250,000, $300,000, $500,000 on this, and we still do not have it in a single store. Yep, I get it. That is the reality of this. So when you're looking now at licensing as opposed to startup, where does the pendulum swing? If you go to the Inventor's Galaxy Guide, you'll see some of those numbers on how the pendulum swings for the different phases. But we know that from I have an idea to the launch on the licensing side of things, you're at about 75,000. And if you're using Inventor Lady, all right, if you're going through Archimedes Offspring, we're helping you manage the steps. All right, no boondoggles. That's one of the things when people start taking on investors, one of the things I see them do on a regular basis that is a big no-no, all right, is the boondoggles. All right, where they will go off and say, oh, we've got all this money now. Oh my God. Yeah, you might have some money in the bank that you're going to spend, but you're going to need it later, not right now. No going to be on set while they're doing a video. First of all, it should be done right down the street. There's plenty of people who do videos for you. You do not need to go to a big fancy studio for that. All right, you're wasting money. Don't do that. And there are plenty of people right here in the United States that can help you do contract manufacturing. No boondoggles to a foreign country. If you want to take a vacation, spend your own money. All right, not the money that's coming from investors. That is just a boondoggle, and generally a really bad one, because whatever you think you've negotiated on the ground, I can pretty much guarantee you it's not going to be what lands on your back door for you to sell. The mistakes will be amazing. The time frame will be miserable. All right, you need somebody who deals with the protocols of the international stage to help you navigate that. And they're the ones with the boots on the ground in the different countries. They're the ones who understand what does the manufacturer need in the way of CAD drawings, manufacturer drawings, just the protocols on what the different languages deal with. All right. I've had so many people come back and say, it was great to go to China. We found this great manufacturer. I said, exactly what did they say? They said, yes. And I go, that means they heard you. It doesn't mean they understood you. All right. Stop thinking you can do it all yourself. This was a video we had yesterday. It takes an entire team to get you across the finish line. We were comparing it to sled dogs, but you get the point. It takes a team. It takes a team. You've got people that have been down the road before. All right. And another one, they've been down the road successfully. You don't get to take advice from another inventor who is getting teed up and they've spent all this money making financial mistakes and they want to advise you. Come on. All right. Pay attention. If it doesn't ring true in your gut, probably not true. So unless you went out and bought one of those money trees that was on sale last weekend somewhere, you need to pay attention to the dimes. You need to pay attention to the dollars. All right. Every dollar counts. The last thing I want to hear is when somebody calls me and says, I've spent all this money, our patent is issued. You want to be out the door before the patent issues. And we've just got nothing, because there's not much I can do for you at that point. I want to get you when you're still early stages, early on. We can still get you to a trade show and launch the product and look for the legitimate licensee. All right. So give me a call, Rita at inventorlady.com. I'm easy to find. My website, inventorlady.com, shows some of the products that we're working on. Go take a look and you can see kind of where our sweet spot is. But there's the Inventor's Galaxy Guide there. There's a link to Archimedes Offspring. Everything you need to make good business decisions is on inventorlady.com. So I hope to hear from you. Have a great day.